Okay, let's go ahead and get this started because it's noon. Welcome back to another episode of Finance Agents Live. This is episode number 26. We've broken the 25 barrier, whatever that is. Today is episode 5 of the How to Own a Successful Funding Business series, 5 of 5, and it's going to be followed next week with 4 different member office interviews. We're going to get real member offices in here where we can interview them. You can hear what their experience is like and what they've done. But let's go through what we've already covered this week before we jump into the content for today. First of all, on Monday, we did an overview of the entire member office structure so that you guys know exactly what we're going to be covering. Then on Tuesday, we went over the products. We talked about the 6 core funding products that we're offering and the different ones that are experimental, plus the non-funding programs. And then Wednesday, we talked about the tech platform, the CRM, the affiliate management process, the online learning management system, all the different tech tools that we use, all the tools of an Inc. 500 company available for all of our member offices. Yesterday, we went into detail on our training, which is basically everything you need to succeed, all the different ways we train through online, in partnership with your partnership manager, I'm sorry, the training manual.
Daily calls.
And the daily calls. All right, the 4 things. Thank you. And so that's what we covered all this week. And today we're going to be going over the ways we customize your office so that if you're in office with us, you're not directly competing with every other member office out there. And in fact, you're not directly competing with the big banks and all the other lenders. We help you create a specific market and product niche. And so we're going to go over the details of that today. But I'm hoping a lot of people came on because we're also doing giveaways today. So today we're going to have 4 questions and 4 winners. And the prize each time when we lead up, we'll do a little build up and then announce the question. And the winner is going to be the first person that types the correct answer into the chat box.
Can it be a current member office?
It could be anybody. Hey, go back. Oh, you're right. It's not. Darren scared me. I thought I put it up already. All right, so we're building up to the first question here. But the first person to type the answer into the box is the winner. If we don't know who you are, and like for example, we have somebody who comes on to a lot of our shows and the name says the snot ball, right? If we don't know who you are, we're going to need to talk afterwards and get your name and address so we can mail it out to you, a Starbucks card, and we get you a Starbucks card plus one of our official Finance Agents funding bell.
There we go.
And then we can ring a bell together. So each time we ask a question, the answer, we're going to ring the bell and we will send you a Starbucks card. So it can be anybody.
Right. It
can be, I don't know, Rhoda's trying to signal, or I don't know. I'm getting signal from the audience, but you win it. Now, the one rule I will say is that if you win one, you can't win multiple times. So just one winning per person. Right. But 4 questions. So we're leading up to the first question. Oh, Darren's got a comment.
So what's the significance of the bell?
Oh, the funding bell. Okay. Well, when we separated out of Finance Store, we disseminated bells around the office, and every time we got a funding, we started ringing the bell, and it's fun.
So what will be happening is, like, if I'm on the call with Frank, maybe, and then all of a sudden you hear bells in the background, that means we had a successful deal fund.
It can get a little raucous sometimes, but it's when somebody actually gets funded. Like, so if somebody's submitted for a program that's going to take a month or 2, we ring the bell when the funding happens.
Right.
So when you get your bell, that means you're going to be able to ring it with us when we're funding your deals. That's right. Good question, Darren. All right.
I want to hear more cowbell.
Yeah, everybody wants more cowbell. All right, awesome. So let's get into this. The first question, I hope everybody's ready. You got your fingers ready for typing. If you've been on the show, then you're going to know the answer to this right away. Let me know when it's live. Ready, go. How many offices have signed up since January of 2016? From the moment we started offering the member office opportunity, how many offices have signed up? And I'm waiting. Now, you guys know there's a 30-second lag from when we talk to when the answers come up. So let's small talk. What do you got? Some small talk in the intro? What do you want to say about the different offices?
Is there a hint? Is there a clue?
No hint. By the time I say the hint, they will have already answered. Okay. So what do you, say something interesting about offices while we're waiting for the answers to come in.
So I would say out of half our offices work from home.
100! Frank!
Oh,
Frank! All right, good job, Frank.
Beat Mark out.
And we got a lot of good answers. So Frank, Charlie, Stan, Marcy, Gravity, James, 101. No, so we're still 100. Travis, we way beat 35, 100. Man. We're up to 100. Ray, Lynn. Oh, we got a lot of good answers. So you guys are quick. Frank, you're the quickest. All right, awesome. So good. We'll be sending out your Starbucks card and your bell. You know, every member office should have a bell anyway. Frank is It has one of our member offices, by the way, in case you guys don't know that. So, okay, well, moving on into the what we're talking about today.
What's our goal for this year? How many offices do we want to hit?
You know, that's weird, man, because I don't have a specific goal. I want to bring on the right people, and not necessarily. If I said I wanted to bring on another 50 this year, who knows? We might find 100 people that make great offices, or if we only come across 25, might only be 25. Eh?
That's what we learned in 2016 as far as we didn't want to bring on everyone. We really want to bring on the people who can, they're tech savvy. And in 2017,
tech savvy, and you're ready to
sales, finance,
run a company,
absolutely,
and be talking to the client. That's the biggest thing we found. Some people want to do marketing and not talk to the clients. This is a role where you are interacting with the client and making the funding offer. So if that's right for you, then this could be a great opportunity.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk about the 4 ways that we customize the member office to be perfect for you, so that it represents your personality, your brand, and gives you a unique market position, so you're not directly competing with everybody else. There's 4 ways. 1, we create a custom brand that is dedicated to you and your market focus. We give you a custom website and landing page that's something that you market to and all your agents will market to. We come up with a specific client focus, and I got the wrong words. Ignore some of the words on there, but a specific market focus, so that you're not directly competing with other people. And then we help you come up with your agent focus, which is your real marketing structure in order to get you the right kind of clients. So 4 different things, and we're going to dig into those right now. Sorry, we have Trey's dog running around here. All right, moving on. Next page. And so you don't forget, if you're hearing about this and interested and like what you have to hear, next week come back for the interviews. Yeah, let her out. Next week we have 4 interviews: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Look, Brian, you're already on there, so
right. You're obligated now. Brian.
You're obligated. So. On Tuesday we're going to interview Office Number 100, Steve Hoffman, who just signed up. I don't even know if we have a brand yet because he's brand new. Then next,
Sora Funding.
Sora Funding. Okay, I haven't even seen anything for it yet, so that's how new he is. Next, we're going to interview Gravity Finance, I hope, assuming that works. On Thursday, we're going to have Prestige. Prestige has been with us for a long time, at least 5 years we've been working with Anthony. And on Friday, Centex Funding. I think the member office that came on right before Steve, who just got their first funding. So we just rang the bell for him. So make sure to come back for the interviews. All right, and Ryan, definitely. Ryan, you get a bell for doing the interview as well. You don't drink coffee.
I'll buy a cocktail.
That's fine. Okay, so moving on. Let's talk about the branding a little bit. Branding may sound superfluous, but it's really a part of creating a custom concept and look and feel for you. So we have a list here. It's going to be too small for you to read, and the point isn't to let you read it. This is just a small segment of, we have about 500 URLs that are ready. The ones listed there, which are real small, we've actually gone ahead and created logos sort of on spec. And what I'm seeing is about a third of the offices come in with their own brand already. Maybe they already have a company. A third of the offices come in and they pick one of our URLs and they have us create a new logo for them. And then about a third come in and really like the ones we've already created and grab one that connects to them. Right? Is that what you're saying?
I've had several member offices that don't have a brand, or they have something that doesn't really translate to business funding. So
what's an example of not calling somebody out?
Centex Funding, or let's say Don Kelly, the Kelly Group. And so he didn't have a logo. So he actually had one he didn't like, but then we put together some thoughts, took some information from him, and Darren McDill did a great job with his logo. So we have people like in the real estate industry or insurance. Brock Salazar, with Eclipse Funding. He specializes in insurance. He needed a brand, he needed a new company, and we came up with that for him.
Right, so some of the stuff, I think we flipped through some of the brands for you to see there. There's a couple different ways to do branding. One major way to do branding is to come up with a unique word, like what you might be looking at now, or it's Cavlo.com. Maybe it was up there for a second. Cavlo is maybe a weird word. You may think, oh, what the heck is a Cavlo? Cavlo is not, the whole point is that it's a word. If you search for it, nothing comes up. So it's easy to brand yourself so that people won't find you on the internet very easily. Plus, it's short. So that is one way. Create it kind of like Google. When Google came out with their name, nobody knew what the heck a Google was, but now everybody knows what it is. So Cavlo could be that for a funding brand. On the other side, there's descriptive ones like Finance Store, which is what we used to be. When you hear Finance Store, you got a pretty good idea there's funding that's available. And so that's the other kind. And we have a mix of those, like Greystone Finance that has finance in the brand, or Cavlo, which is really a unique name. And if you have your own thing, some people go out and we pick up a URL.
Right, you want to stay away from John Smith financing.
Yeah, don't
Right.
put your name in it, because then you're never going to be able to sell it. If you grow a business with us and 5 years from now you want to sell it, if it's a brand, you can sell it. If it's your own name, it's a lot harder to sell. All right, so next we're coming up on the next bell. Ready to ring the next bell? We got another question coming up soon. So everybody get ready, get your fingers ready for the Starbucks card and your own funding bell. The question is, Trey, read the question.
What is our fastest growing funding product?
Boom, fastest growing. So we have ones we've been doing for a long time. We have ones, there's one that grew very quickly last year in comparison to other years, but starting from scratch, I'm dropping some clues here for people that are
Fastest growing product.
The fastest growing funding program we've ever added as far as revenue and funding amounts. So I'm doing some build up. All right, coming up soon. Frank, don't try to jump in.
I'll go with Ryan.
We got dead air time.
Ryan. Oh, no.
UBF, Lynn Henley. Lynn Henley. Let's bring it up for Lynn. CRE. All right, so
Beat Stan.
Ryan from Gravity said UBF. UBF, which is the credit card program, we've had for a long time, and it's been great.
Right.
But last year we added real estate and did $10.5 million in the first year, and a lot of revenue. Very successful. So good job, Lynn. Make sure we get your information afterwards so we can send you your Starbucks card and your bell. All right, moving on. The answer is CRE. Okay, next we're going to talk about the website that we customize for you as a part of your brand. The website is going to be, first we start with a brand, and then we create a website that integrates your messaging. There's a lot of stuff on there. Right? It's got a custom URL. You're going to have your own logo. You're going to have your own messaging on the site that should appeal to your target customer base, which we're going to get to in a second. You have your own About Us. Of course, it's got your phone number, your email, your address, your tagline, your bio that's custom written, privacy policy, an advertising disclosure. Everything on the site is yours. So when somebody goes there, they want to sign up as an agent. They're signing up as an agent of Gravity Finance, for example, or whoever you are. You got different landing pages you can choose from. If you're able to see the selection there, you got some different options. I didn't do a good job of putting everything up there, but we have a landing page step. We have a single page that's short. We have a long form. We have, some people choose to have us integrate our tech into their landing page, so you don't even have to use our website. You can use your own. So really, we have a wide range of options. We can work with just about anybody.
All goes back to credibility, right, Tim?
Right.
So you want to be credible. I can't tell you how many brokers we see. We go to their website, and it's just it's amateur. So
I love it when I get a Wix website and it says wix.com/funding or whatever it is. That's not very credible, right? When somebody talks to you, you think, I'm about to pay this guy $10,000 to do a service for me. You want to look like a company that somebody can pay $10,000 to and have integrated online applications, everything under one brand. Right. Okay, so dedicated website, affiliate sign-up, custom email, everything. Ryan is hilarious, by the way. Okay, so moving on after this, Darren. Okay, so this page basically says the same thing as the last one, so let's keep going. Custom email, that's something I talked about yesterday. Again, don't be emailing from chucksfundingshop@gmail.com. That basically, I think that you might be somebody in Nigeria or something. Oh, yeah, so Ryan, we're really pumping you up today.
There you go, Ryan.
Here's some screenshots from Gravity Finance when we're talking about the website. If you go back, you can see sort of the totality of the site. Going from the top, you got a separate area where we talk about what's specific about that brand. You got the About Us. You'll also notice that the agent sign-up page carries the same branding and the About Us carries the same branding. We integrate the whole thing to be customized for you. You notice that the headline on this page, so go ahead and go to the next page, Darren. The headline on this page is, Gravity Finance is America's #1 business lender, over $500 million funded. You can actually change that to over $1 billion in funding, since that's what we've done now. And this is some of the ways that we customize. So we have some offices that customize locally, like Top Funding Source is specific to Oregon. Well, that's one example. But each office we customize a little bit differently. What's one of the things that you've had somebody ask for to do on one of the sites for one of your member offices?
One of the things you mentioned earlier is you can tech integrate. So even with our member offices, if you have agents below you, we can tech integrate where they actually have either the actual application on their own website. Landing pages for CredNext or SwiftCard. So
CardSwift.
Yeah, I know. It's a bad habit I have. So I like the easy way of you can tech integrate where you can get your feelers out there to find more clients through all of your agents below you.
Great. All right. Now, when you have one of our websites and somebody signs up as an agent, they're going to be marketing your URL. So if your URL is Gravity Finance, since Ryan likes when I say it a bunch, then his agents will be marketing to Gravity Finance, and they're all building your brand. Okay, moving on after that, of course, we have the online application. Through your website, people can literally go do a complete online application before they even talk to you, e-sign and everything, so that you can call them up with a funding offer the moment you talk to them for the first time. All right, third question. We're coming up on the third question, so everybody get ready, get your fingers ready. Ring-a-ling-a-ling-ding-ding. Read the question, Trey.
Okay, how much funding have we helped people obtain? How much funding have we helped people obtain?
If you don't
Tim
get
gave you a hint about 2 minutes ago.
30 seconds ago, maybe.
So if you weren't too busy typing and you were listening to Tim, you probably got the answer.
All right, well, go ahead and go on to the next slide while we're waiting for them to come up, because you guys are going to, I mean, man, if you guys don't get this, I don't even know what to say. While we're waiting, let me tell you how we came up with this number, by the way. We didn't just pull it up out of thin air. Finance Store was in business for a long time. Look at that, Gravity Finance. All right, Ryan got it. All right, let's ring a bell for Ryan.
Stan again. Stan's got second twice.
Didn't ring the bell.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
there we go. Sorry, Stan.
All right. Okay, so how did we come up with, so Finance Store is a company we calculated over the years, and Finance Store raised over $500 million in funding. In fact, if you go see the old member office video that I did, I say we did over $500 million in funding, which was true. Once we joined forces with David Krantz, his company had raised over $500 million in funding, so combined between our experience in CRE, we've now raised over $1 billion in funding, directly documentable. So that's a lot of experience. Honestly, we're beyond $1 billion now, but once you hit $1 billion, what's the point of even keeping track? We keep track, but I mean, 1.1, who cares? $1 billion is a heck of a lot of money. So
it's like the McDonald's sign when you go past and the number served. At one point, they just put like 1.1 billion.
Yeah, just like way more than we want to put on the sign, and we're tired of updating it. That's basically what McDonald's said. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about client focus. How do we get you the right clients, and not just any client? And I always like to start the description of why we do this. Most member offices, when they come in, they say, I'm really excited about the idea to offer funding. I want to offer it to everybody, right? I mean, have you ever heard somebody say that they don't want to do that? I mean,
that's what everyone wants to do. They want to basically be able to help anyone they talk to.
That's part of one of the things that's attractive about offering money, is that money is fungible, is a word. You can use it for anything. It really doesn't distinguish, you want to use it for this or that. So it's a great opportunity as a member office to offer financing to anybody. But it's also a danger, because when you do that, you end up trying to be something for everybody, and you end up being nothing to nobody. That's frankly what it is. We like to call it trying to boil the ocean. You're never going to be able to generate enough heat to boil the ocean. So what we do is we help our member offices come up with a targeted focus. I actually have other videos. If you're on our YouTube channel, you can go see other videos where we go through this process. We actually do a review of our workbook with one of our member offices. So this is all publicly available. You can see it online. But going through the process means you're doing it and we're giving you feedback. But why do we do this? It allows you to get consistent clients. It makes it easier for you, makes the work easier for you, and you actually provide more value to the clients. It's the ultimate example of a win-win. Easier for you, you earn more money, and you provide more value to your clients. And I have one story which I feel like makes it real easy to explain and understand why we do this, and that is called the CPA story. When my wife, who's a dentist, we wanted to change the CPA we work with, she said, I want to work with a CPA that focuses on dentists, who only works with dentists. At some point, with the CPA we went with, at some point in his career path, he had to decide, I'm a CPA, I can do accounting for anybody, I'm going to focus on dentists. And you may think, oh, look at how much business he's losing by focusing on dentists. Right. But the reality is, now dentists seek him out because he knows their business better than another CPA will. Which makes it easier for him to do the work, but actually is more valuable to his customers. His work's easier, he makes more money, he provides more value. That's what we're doing with our client focus. What's some examples?
Let me give you an example as far as making your work easier.
Okay.
It's something that's kind of as a partnership manager, managing relationships, I have to come across shifting gears all the time, working different scenarios. So it's a challenge. So it's working a certain scenario with a certain relationship here, if you're over here, then a different scenario over here and over here. So if you can kind of narrow it down to the same scenario over and over again, it makes it much more efficient.
That's like a fix and flip in California is different from a fix and flip in Alabama, right? If you're doing CRE, there's fewer lenders in Arizona than some of the other states. If you're doing the credit card program, it's a big difference between sole props. There's a big difference between the credit card program and term loans. A huge difference. So what we like to do is figure out what's your perfect client that's going to make you money on a consistent basis. And then how do we target it, which is marketing 101, which is the thing that most people completely forget to do. We have a whole structure and process we put you through to help you come up with an exact path that we know will work based on our experience with funding, our abilities here to service, and your network.
Right, so one of the things we've learned over the last 2 years is we needed to push up the affiliate marketing training towards the beginning of someone being a new member office. So, because this is the biggest asset, the affiliate platform. And so working with your agents, we're in a relationship business, so you need to, not every agent's going to be the best.
Right.
It's finding the right ones for you. So here at corporate, we're trying to match the ones right up with your industry or your experience or your region of your country.
And what you want to understand is that once we've done this, you're going to have a website that speaks to your clients. So the website's going to say, we do this, and your client's thinking, that's exactly what I do. And you're going to find these clients through specific referral sources, and that's what we're going to talk about next. How do you get agents that bring you the exact kind of client? And then the good news is you're not paying anything in advance. You got the right kind of agent that you know how to work with. You get consistent deal flows that are similar, and you're not moving from a development deal in New York to a retirement rollover in Seattle. It's literally a combination of industry, product focus, and the agents you work with. And that brings us to the next question, the next big question for the final winner of the day, the last but not least question. If you want to be a member office with us, Trey, read the question.
Question number 4, your last chance to win is, what is the investment to become a new member office?
What is the investment?
What's the investment?
Not enough. It's real easy to make the money back on the investment. So right after we get it, we're going to go over again and show you exactly how quickly you can make your money back. In a lot of instances, you can make it back in just one deal, really, and that's not unrealistic. I see. I'm looking up there. $1 billion, $2 billion. No, it's not $1 billion.
That's from the last question.
It's definitely less than $1 billion. Also, if you look at comparing this to franchises, you want to open up to get a franchise where you're bringing home $10,000 or $20,000 a month. Crystal. Wow. All right, Crystal Bowlby, $99.97. All right, awesome. Perfect. Okay, Crystal, you finally won. Stan, every time you're number 2. We're going to get, Stan, you're going to be the 5th winner since you were second place, literally 3 of the 4 questions, maybe all 4, I don't know. Stan, you are also going to win a Starbucks card and your funding bell. So good job, Stan. All right, awesome. So make sure we get all your info. I know you're actually, hey, anybody who won, you make sure that you are an agent. I'm thinking Frank, Crystal, Stan, you guys are all agents, so there shouldn't be a problem getting your information for your mailing address. But yeah, $99.97, and then starting year 2, not till year 2, you have monthly tech fee for the CRM and website and all that kind of stuff of $297 a month. All right, so and then we'll knock through these examples, but I'm going to get back to talking exactly how we focus the agents to help you bring the right type of clients. But here's one example. If you chose 3 startup clients with a typical funding of $100K, which is not an unreasonable funding amount, and you're making about 4 points on each, that's $13,000 in revenue. How hard is it to find a startup that needs money? Not too hard.
Not too hard. They're everywhere.
Right. So. Just go find some startup incubator or, I don't know, anybody. I mean, everything from MLM to you name it, people all over the place are looking for money to start a business.
Then you have the CRE program, so an average funding of $500,000. Member office is getting 2 points. That's roughly 1 deal, $10,000. And so for this particular program, all you really have to do at the beginning is find it being a proper solution, get the proper documents in the system, and David Krantz and his team does a great job.
Yeah, get the app in along with pictures. The internal team makes the offer of the funding and does everything else. You get 2 points, and that is our average funding. Our average is like $489,000 or something like that. So, and that's probably the most popular one that people come in and say, well, let me get a real estate deal real quick to earn the money back, and there's... All right. Okay. So next example is close one term loan, SBA loan. If you closed a $2 million term loan, you're going to make about 14 grand. And there's some flexibility depending on the lender, but in general, you're going to make about 4K on the engagement agreement, about half a point on the funding. So $14,000 on one $2 million term loan.
And we have an example right now where we're doing a land deal.
A land deal, right?
And it's a $2 million land deal.
Right.
And it's from a standard agent.
Sweet.
So
okay.
If it's a standard agent. So if it was a member office,
and that was your
payday.
standard agent, you'd be making some good
Right.
money. You might be rolling out of there with what? I don't know. What?
a lot.
A lot. Don't make me do the math that fast. Okay. If you close two, wait, no, this one's your. Go.
Okay. All right. So basically, 2 working capital loan deals. This is more of the merchant cash advance program. Typical funding, $75,000 because they need to put towards inventory or payroll, whatever it be. On average, 8 points. It does range, and you have the ability to maneuver around, move it down to get the deal done. So that's the fastest program that we have.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it could fund as little as 2 days. It's happened before. Although CRE is getting quicker. And we had a CRE deal close in 7 days. That's pretty fast. I mean, so RB is the fastest. CRE is now second in some circumstances if you already have appraisal and title. And then last but not least, bring in 5 equipment leases. People getting a $50,000 truck or something, and let's say you're earning 4 points on each. Sometimes it'd be more, sometimes it might be a little bit less. That's 10K right there, and that's how you make back your money. All right, so let's talk a little bit about agent focus, because this is something that a lot of people don't think of until we do it. So let's say you figure out, I want to bring in startups that are looking for 50 to 100 grand. And we think, when we come up with your agent structure, this is the process we go through in more or less, and you can go in a lot more detail in the other trainings. How are you going to find agents that on a consistent basis come across startups that need 50 to 100 grand? Just off the top of your head, what sort of ideas do you have?
Make relationships within the franchise arena.
Right.
Franchise consultants, actual franchises themselves, they're startups.
Right.
So that would be my suggestion.
Yeah, exactly. Find a franchise that costs 50 grand, and you know that everybody who comes through is going to need 50 grand. You have a buying opportunity. You have somebody who comes across it all the time. That's a perfect example.
We talked to a lot of people who are buying into a route, which is a little bit different.
Right.
And like Mission Tortilla, that's right around $50,000 to $60,000 as far as an investment. So UBF is a right solution for that. Another
somewhat similar would be people going through these investment conferences. There's a lot of people that go to these real estate flipping things. It costs 25 grand in order to get in. That's somebody who probably used the money to do that and invest in the real estate. It's another example.
We should definitely mention that we have agents signing up organically every day here at corporate office. So what we do is we're signing these people out. So if we think there's a commonality with a certain member office, you're going to get relationships from us consistently. Work
with us to come up with a specific agent focus. Once we determine the agent that's going to bring you the clients you want, and when those agents sign up, we assign them to you. So you're going to be getting them on your own, they're going to be referring other people, and then we're also supporting you and sending them to you. So there's a lot of different ways to do it, and every office is different, literally. You're not competing with every other office. You are competing on your own. We're going to segment your marketplace so that you have far fewer competition and that you're perfect for all the clients that have come through.
Not everyone can be Gravity Finance.
Another plug for Gravity, right? Okay, great, awesome. Well, that's it. We can answer some questions if you want, but that's really it for the day. If you're new to the show, if it's the first time you've been here, make sure to subscribe. Your likes and supports help us, provide this content for more people. If you're interested in being a member office, go to the member office sign-up page, which you'll see the link in the email that we sent out or in the show notes below, and fill in the form. There's going to be an application. We do pre-screen for the right fit. If during the pre-screen we find out that maybe you wouldn't be a great member office, but you'd be a good agent, then we'll assign you out for them as well. And then that's really it for the show. Make sure to come back next week for the interviews. For all the people that are interested in Gravity, he's going to be there, I believe. He'll be able to answer your questions. You'll be able to hear what it's like actually being in an office with us, straight from people that are doing it. With that, we'll go and wrap it up for the day. It's been a fun week. It's been a busy week. Ron is asking, are business cards available? And that is yes. There's 2 different kinds of business cards. We either have standardized ones that any agent can get or most recruiters can get. And then additionally, we often will customize it for the branding of your office so that you can use those. They're a great marketing tool. Go out and hand out business cards. Let's see here. Any other questions through the portal? So, Darren?
Just want to do a plug for the recruiter. If you're a recruiter, you get 1,000 business cards as part of the setup. It's front and back, full color, and they're matte. So they're really nice cards, and this is going to cost you normally, if you go through Vistaprint, probably about $80.
Vista, and then it says Vistaprint on there, right? So ours
For
doesn't
the
have
version
any
that doesn't say that, it's going to
Okay.
be about $80.
Okay.
So we're actually able to get these for a really, really good price for the recruiters and
Great.
for standard agents.
Awesome. Ron's asking if they're available through the portal. How is it that you get your cards? If you want cards and you don't have them, how do you get them?
So inside the portal, there's going to be a marketing document. It's going to be called the marketing package for standard agents. Just fill that out. Pretty soon we'll be adding in a new version of it that'll have the new card faces to it.
Once someone upgrades to recruiter, doesn't it open it up?
Yeah, so
okay.
so as a recruiter, inside the available documents, there's a brand new section that's available, and there's 4 brand new items that are available. A zip file that contains all of the email templates and Craigslist marketing templates. There's also the recruiter training manual, but there's also a form for business cards
Okay.
that needs to be filled out, can
Great.
be sent back to us, and has all that information on it.
Awesome. If you're not a recruiter, you're not a member office, and you want cards anyway, talk to your partnership manager or whoever your rep is and let them know. If they say, I don't know what to do, tell them to talk to corporate, because cards are available. You have to buy them. I think it's $100 or something. You get your 1,000 cards. What's the cost if a person wants to order business cards?
It's $54 right now, and that includes
$54. Very
tax
specific.
and shipping.
Tax and shipping. All right, to your door. Okay.
We worked directly with a printer, and we're actually able to secure a very good deal for all of our people because we do have a decent amount of
Great.
print orders that come through. They also do all their Rockstar energy drink marketing for them.
Very nice.
Okay, interesting. All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Thanks for all that information. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks for your time.
Don't forget to come back next week to see the interviews. The show will not happen on Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll be back with those interviews. Once again, thanks everybody. Thank you, Trey.
Thanks, Tim.
It's been quite a week, and we look forward to
Have a great
doing a lot
weekend.
more deals together. I forgot to cheer.